The Betrayal of Onyeka, Part 1. The night before Onyeka left for Lagos was filled with mixed emotions. His mother, a widow who had struggled to raise him, sat beside him on a wooden stool, her eyes filled with both pride and worrying. "Onyeka, remember where you come from," she said, her voice thick with emotion. "Be respectful, work hard, and never forget why you're going." "Yes, Mama," Onyeka replied, his voice steady but his heart pounding. He knew this was his chance to change their family's story. The next morning, he left Mgbaukwu with his boss, Cashboy, a wealthy trader known for his many shops in Lagos. Trade fair, Onyeka had already spent a year as a testing boy, proving his worth. Cashboy had now returned to finalize the agreement with Onyeka's family. He would serve for 6 years, minus the 1 year he had already completed, before being settled with money to start his own business. When they arrived in Lagos, Onyeka threw himself into work. Cashboy's business sold motor spare parts, oil and tires, and Onyeka quickly became the backbone of the shop. Customers trusted him, and soon, they only wanted to buy when Onyeka was around. The rise of Onyeka. The once small shop grew into multiple stores thanks to Onyeka's hard work. Other traders in the market admired him. "This boy is different," they would say. "If this ogre is wise, he will settle him well." Onyeka handled customers so well that Cashboy became even richer. The young apprentice would wake up before dawn, clean the shop, arrange goods, and stay late into the night, ensuring everything was in order. By the time his 6 years were completed, Onyeka was full of hope. His settlement was coming, and soon he would have his own shop. But that was when everything changed. The beginning of betrayal. It was December, and according to the agreement, Onyeka was supposed to return home for his settlement. But when he reminded Cashboy, the man sighed and shook his head. "Onyeka, you know how this business is. This year was not good. Let's do it next December." Onyeka, though disappointed, trusted his boss. After all, Cashboy had been like a father to him. Another year passed. December came again. "My boy, there is inflation everywhere. Let's do it next December." Onyeka felt a sting in his heart, but he swallowed his frustration and continued working. When his family called, Cashboy assured them it was just a small delay. By the time the next December came, Onyeka had already served for 8 years. That was when Cashboy played his most dangerous trick: false accusations and dark schemes. Cashboy gathered some of his friends in the market and started spreading rumors. "Onyeka has been using my money to take care of one girl, Onyeka," he claimed. Onyeka was Onyeka's close friend, but there was nothing romantic between them. She was just someone who encouraged him whenever he felt tired. But Cashboy used her name to turn the traders against Onyeka. "You have been stealing from me all these years," Cashboy finally told Onyeka. "UOV. If you want to clear your name, stay 2 more years." Onyeka was shattered. He had sacrificed everything for this business. How could Cashboy accuse him of theft? His family was furious, but Cashboy was too powerful. With no other option, Onyeka continued working. By the time he had served for 9 years and 7 months, the final betrayal came. The wicked setup. Unknown to Onyeka, his boss was part of a powerful secret society. Cashboy knew that if he finally settled Onyeka, the boy would rise to greatness. So he devised a wicked plan. He approached Onyeka and gave her a charm, instructing her to put it in Onyeka's food. The charm would make Onyeka weak-minded and confused. One afternoon, after eating at Onyeka's house, Onyeka felt strangely light-headed. That was when Cashboy handed him 15 million to deposit in the bank. As Onyeka walked down the street, some masked men approached him. "Give us the money, or we kill you." Dazed and confused, Onyeka surrendered the bag of cash without resistance. Hours later, Cashboy was at a beer parlor with the same criminals, drinking and laughing. "Good job," he said, handing them 5 million from the stolen money. The ultimate betrayal. When Onyeka realized what had happened, he ran to the police station. "I was robbed," he told them, still weak from the charm. Instead of helping him, the police officers locked him in a cell. "You stole from your boss," they accused. "But I didn't." Before Onyeka could finish, the officers began to beat him. Blows rained down on his back, his ribs, his legs. Cashboy arrived at the station and stood before Onyeka with fake sadness. "I have been too kind to you," he said. "You stole from me, and you still have the guts to lie." The beatings intensified. Onyeka could no longer raise his hands. His whole body was swollen. When his family finally arrived, they were given a cruel choice: pay 8 million or Onyeka would rot in jail. His widowed mother, who had already lost everything, sold the only piece of land the family had. With trembling hands, she handed over the money. Cashboy took it with a smirk, turned, and walked away. A life in ruins. Onyeka returned home after nearly 10 years of servitude, with nothing but scars both on his body and in his heart. He sat in front of his mother's small hut, staring at the empty land where their farm used to be. "Mama, I failed." Tears streamed down his face as his mother knelt beside him, holding his battered hands. "No, my son, you were betrayed." But Onyeka knew the truth. His dreams were gone, his youth had been stolen, and the world he once trusted had turned its back on him. He had nothing left, nothing but pain.